All right, we are live. Ha! Welcome to the Bitching Dead. We are your hosts, Fareed and Tara, along with special guest Johnny. We are missing Becca. She has been lost to the cesspool that is Myrtle Beach. I don't know what she's doing there, but I'm sure she's having fun. We are a webcast from the minds of the geeky area, and we're here to bitch about stuff and things because somebody has to do it. If you have not seen episodes 11 and 12 of The Walking Dead Season 10, turn back now. We are not responsible for any spoilers you hear. We did warn you.
If you're listening to this as a podcast, please remember this is recorded live. So we aren't exactly sure what's going to happen. Please forgive us for any technical difficulties and intentional or accidental swears. You can join the conversation with the hashtag #ThePitchingDead.
We'd also like to remind you that the views expressed on this webcast are those of the hosts as individuals and do not necessarily represent the geekiary or the webcast itself as a whole. All right, so let's dive into some news this week. What do we got, Fareed? You're always big on the ratings.
Yeah, of course, ratings. We have to talk about the ratings. So episode 11, Morning Star, it ended up getting only 2.93 million viewers. And this is the first time in the Walking Dead entire franchise that the live viewership has fallen below 3 million. So episode 11 is the lowest rated live viewing episode for the entire franchise. And but it's still one of the top cable shows, which, okay. And it's also a very highly successful show for AMC. So yeah, that's why I guess they have already renewed it for 2 more seasons.
Wait, yeah. It's 2 now?
Yeah, 2 more seasons. Now, Fear the Walking Dead's recent season, which I guess was season number 5, it ended up doing an average of 1.5 million views. So it will be interesting to see whether or not The Walking Dead continues to lose viewership, or maybe because of the quarantine, people might tune in. Who knows? Let's see what happens. Do you think that people staying at home will be watching?
No.
The Walking Dead?
Westworld.
Yeah. They'll literally be watching anything but this, honestly. Like, also, I feel like the lighting in this room is real weird right now. I'm constantly like fixing my lighting because of the daylight savings time. Yeah, no, honestly, there are. I could have. There's so many other things I would have rather have watched than these episodes.
Yeah. But also, yeah, John.
Oh, I was going to say it was 9 o'clock, and I'm like, well, which one can I stream later? Like I was like, I'm just going to watch The Walking Dead just because it's on, and then I have HBO now, and I can just watch it whenever. So that's
I don't have cable. Like I do have access to HBO Go. I actually did not get a chance to watch Westworld last night, and probably won't for a couple of days because I have a lot of other things going on. It's coronavirus, but yeah, I don't have cable, so I was like, I had to like stretch it to watch these. Like, I should have watched the last week's episode like 2 or 3 days ago when I had it to watch, but I didn't have time, I guess. I don't know. So,
yeah. Talking about the spin-off, Fear the Walking Dead, The Walking Dead World Beyond, for the spin-off. So Nico Tortilla Chip's character's name is Felix. And Felix is going to be a queer main lead character for the upcoming show, which also makes sense because the actor himself is a queer out actor, and they prefer the pronouns they and them. And that show is going to premiere on April 12th, 2020. And we'll be there to cover it.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Will we? Will we? We will, because we don't have anything else to do. Jesus, yeah. That's the worst. That's the worst. That's the worst part of this whole thing is that, like, I'm gonna run out of shit I gotta watch and shit I gotta do, and then I'm gonna just have to deal with this, right?
Yeah, there is nothing in any of the trailers for that show that makes me want to watch it. I don't watch the Fear the Walking Dead, and this is like, I feel like a step down from that. So it's kind of like it's like a Hunger Games young adult Walking Dead. So I don't know.
Also, do we like how I shut the door to the bedroom and my dogs busted it like literally busted it open? Also, note the pile of dog toys on the floor behind me. It's fine. I totally forgot I had to clean anything up. Yeah, no, I'm not interested in this at all.
I mean, the concept is so weird. Like we will be following these little teenagers outside the wall because they want to experience how horrible the world is. Like, why would we care about these kids?
That seems like a really dumb idea. Also, that seems like a really bad thing to be like putting on TV right now of all times. Like,
yeah, you're safe inside the wall. No, go outside and
safe inside the house.
Somebody was supposed to bring me cat litter this weekend and they didn't. And so I had to go out and buy cat litter today. And that was like the worst experience of my life. So,
yeah.
So yeah, like I am safe behind my walls. I work from home, like legitimately work from home, and like
I do now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, my sister works for a major banking corporation, and her boss called her last night and she said, "You're working from home indefinitely. Like you can, so you are." And I almost wonder how many businesses are going to realize that working from home actually is like a really good thing. I mean, I'll be honest, like this is off topic a little bit, but because I don't have a commute, and also like additionally, like a lot of, I work for a continuing medical education company, and a lot of our activities take place outside of business hours. So like, but it's so easy for me because I don't have to go to an office that like, and not only easy, but I don't have a problem working outside of normal business hours because it doesn't really affect my day-to-day life. And the other thing is like, I can take my lunch hour and go to the grocery store like I did today. Like I didn't take a lunch hour in the middle of the day. I took it later and I went to the grocery store because I had to, and I'm wondering how many corporations are going to realize that the whole idea of having to be in an office to be productive is a huge lie. And I know that working from home doesn't work for everyone, but anybody who has like some semblance of a work ethic, it absolutely does.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's my rant for tonight. Speaking of like quarantining and everything, Fareed, you heard that Fear the Walking Dead filming is postponed, huh?
Yeah, Fear the Walking Dead filming is postponed. Also, Walking Dead is postponed as well. So both of them, production has halted.
The Fear the Walking Dead one doesn't surprise me that much. The Walking Dead one does surprise me a little bit because they, from what I remember from when I was like going to Walker Stalker Con and everything, back when that was still a thing, they start their filming in like the heat of summer. So I'm a little surprised. I'm guessing they're postponing it, in that whole like it might not happen when it's supposed to way versus like it's definitely postponed because we don't, my God, honestly, if this isn't under some semblance of control within a couple months, then there's so many bigger issues at hand. But
yeah, because I think the CDC has recommended like don't do anything for 8 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go crazy.
Well, I mean, the recommendation is no large gatherings. And you're right. I'm already having to postpone my convention that was supposed to happen next month. So I am going crazy dealing with that. And with the fact that like this thing that I've been looking forward to for almost a year now is not going to happen for quite some time. Yeah. And I am an extrovert, man. Like I need company, but I also can't afford to get sick. I have asthma. I have some other health conditions that could cause problems. Like I've already been under like a self-imposed quarantine since. I mean, I haven't left my house except to bring somebody to the airport early Monday morning, and then to pick up a prescription at Walgreens like Thursday of last week, and then like again to go buy cat litter today. And like that was the cat litter today was like I had to ramp myself up to do that. Like, you'll be okay, Tara. You just need to come home, like go there, do the thing, come home, immediately wash your hands because you can't find hand sanitizer, so there's none of that lying around anywhere. You know, come home. Yeah, lucky you. I had some, and I used the last of it up. Like recently.
On the bottle.
But yeah, so like I literally like came home. And actually, I didn't even wash my hands first. I came home. I got a Lysol, or Clorox wipe out from under my sink. Which, holy mother of God, I bought a thing of 3 bottles of Clorox wipes at Costco like a year ago and never used them. Best thing that ever happened to me. I've gone through like half a jar of those things, just wiping stuff off every time I come home from somewhere. Like, can't afford to get sick.
Yeah.
So
also, Johnny, is the mask real?
No, this is actually
Is
a
that
puppet.
real? Oh, okay. I was like, oh god, he has an actual mask for that.
I mean,
I have a real one, but it's on my. You guys can't see it, but I've got like masks along top for my show.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's not real, but it still might actually like help. You don't know. Nobody knows. I saw this poor like old man, like very clearly over the age of 70 in line at the grocery store with like one of those little paper masks from the doctor over his face today. And I want to be like, oh honey.
Yeah.
That's not gonna do anything for you.
I'm so sorry.
Like, I'm sorry, but it's not. I mean, like, so anyway, and also like people around here, like our restaurants are still open, you know, except for like the big chains like Starbucks who have said, you know, takeout only. Like all the local restaurants are still open. And, hey, they're still open and everything. Like people around here, it's like they're going crazy in the like we're gonna stockpile stuff sense, but they're not paying attention to the whole like no gatherings and all that stuff. I mean, as of like 3 days ago, we were still supposed to have a convention here the last weekend of March, and I was like, oh, that's not happening. Like, even if the government doesn't say you can't legally have it, like, ain't nobody gonna go. You might as well just postpone it now. Like,
Yeah.
anyway, so let's dive into last week's episode, Morningstar. Why was it called Morningstar? Does anybody know?
Because it's the weapon Daryl had, I guess.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Or maybe it's a reference to the devil. I don't know.
I mean, like normally when you think of an actual morning star, you think of it as like a thing of hope. There was literally zero hope in this episode. Like my favorite moment was sad as fuck. I did get a little bit into it. I got a little bit choked up when Ezekiel gave what's her name? The daughter, Alpha's daughter. I can't even remember her name.
Lydia?
Lydia.
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 I remember that.
Dude, I had to look up Ezekiel's name.
That's bad.
I was like,
I like Ezekiel. They don't have anything for him to do on
I
the
love
show
Ezekiel so much, but like I care so little about the show that I had to look up his name. I was like the king guy from the hill. Oh, it's not the hilltop. Where's he from again? The kingdom.
The kingdom.
Yeah. My favorite moment was Ezekiel giving Lydia Henry's little like armor vest thing. That was kind of the only thing I liked from this episode.
My favorite moment was Carol like getting it on with Ezekiel because of pity. And I was
my
like,
God.
yeah, get it, Carol. I was like, get it, Carol. You do you. You take care of your like whatever needs you have. And also like Ezekiel has to die. He needs to die already. There's nothing for him to do.
Yeah. I mean, which is sad because he is such a good character, but in the comics he dies. He's one of the Spike Heads.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you have any favorite moments from this episode, Johnny?
I thought I did like the I liked when Negan and the Whisperers, and he's like shooting the bow, and he's just like whatever, you know. And I thought that was kind of weird because not to go too far ahead in the spoiler territory, but I was kind of, you know, based on what was going on in the comic book, I was, you know, he's a double agent or whatever, and I thought, man, this could actually like kill somebody. Not that he would care, but I just thought that was kind of an interesting moment because he really hadn't done anything like against the good guys, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I just thought that was kind of interesting. They actually took action that could affect the good guys, but that I guess he was just playing the part. But I guess they're pretty organized, you know, with their little catapults and slingshots and
oh my god,
pine tar bombs that explode like gas things.
Yeah, is that I would like somebody to tell me whether or not that's like legit. That's what it was. It was just like pitch from trees, right? Is that
pine tar? Is that? I guess that's flammable. I don't know. Exploded.
It's flammable for sure, but like explosion.
Like, it's like gasoline. I'm like, no, it's not. But that's cool.
Maybe add in a bit of gunpowder. Who knows?
Did they? They don't have guns.
I'm
right?
just saying. Who knows? But
yeah, I don't know. This show has and listen, I get it. The show suspends disbelief to an extent all the time, but that was like a little bit like
it's empty calories at this point. I feel The Walking Dead. I feel the same as when I watch the Fast and Furious movies. It's just like empty calories, just candy, no nutritional value at all. Maybe a little bit of nutritional value, I guess. Maybe like
way fewer attractive people though.
Yeah.
Also, speaking of, I don't know if at any point I ever realized that Thora Birch played Mary.
I know.
What the fuck? Like
Thora Birch. I was like, the last time I saw you, you were showing off your boobs to what's his face on what was that movie with Kevin Spacey? American
Beauty.
Yes.
Shit, I forgot that she was in that. Like, I was thinking of her from like Now and Then with like Devon Sawa and Christina Ricci.
Wasn't she in that Dungeons and Dragons movie too as the queen?
Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh, it's so bad. So yeah, it was like Thora Birch popped up. I was like, Thora Birch, and then the light bulb went off, and I was like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, no. Like I actually it was this week's episode that I finally noticed her name in the. Sorry, my dogs, everyone. That I noticed her name in the credits, like at the beginning of the episode, and I was like, "Oh, what? Really?"
This is how far we've fallen.
Like, I mean, she looked like weirdly familiar, but let's be real, like she's frumpy, and there's like no makeup, and her face is always super gross in this show. So it's like, like how old is she now? Because like I feel like she's like my age, but she still looks like she's like 20, which good for her. Whoa,
she's 38.
Yeah, so she's older than me, barely, but
she doesn't look like 38, even with no makeup on.
No.
Yeah, she looks quite young in the show.
Sometimes it's not the model year; it's the miles on the car.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest. I get carded less when I have no I get carded more when I have no makeup on than I do when I have makeup on. So
I don't get carded anymore, which is sad. That's cool.
Yeah, I get carded buying things that
I'm like,
18-year-old.
Ooh.
Yeah, I get carded buying things that an 18-year-old can buy. So.
Yep.
It happens.
Oh, hi, dude. Sorry, my dog just, I like put my hand down on my dog, just immediately like bit it, you know, like play bite. You see his face right there. I have 3 dogs right now, and 2 of them are very young and obnoxious, so they're constantly distracting me. Okay, so least favorite moments?
I mean, Alpha healed just like that from the previous episode. Wasn't she losing a lot of blood?
Didn't she get stabbed or something? Like what?
Yeah. And she healed, like as if nothing happened.
I didn't even realize in the previous episode that was Alpha till like the end. I was like, oh, I thought that was like a random whisper. They just didn't make enough of an emphasis on it until yeah. And then I was like, wow, I was like, what? Somebody's gonna die here, because it seemed like they were in pretty dire straits, but they obviously the healing factor snapped in and they're fine.
And they healed, and the whispers have medicine. Isn't Alpha supposed to be infected? Like,
oh yeah, like they literally wear dead skins. Like you can't tell me that there are not germs on those.
Well, I mean,
it was so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Eugene losing his temper at Rosita, I didn't like that. I was like, Eugene, you need to chill. I get
everything
that
about Eugene in this episode was dumb. So
yeah, I get you have a crush on him. No. Yeah, she did.
Man. You got to take what you can get.
Rosita isn't giving him what he wants. So he was like, I have this woman on the other line on the radio, and Rosita is also destroying that for me. But yeah. Also, CG rats. I laughed when all of those computer-generated rats were running off. What? I was like, why even add such a scene? Why even add that when you can't even make it look realistic? And also, what I didn't like, and it felt very, very tropey, the woman who is hard of hearing, who uses a slingshot weapon. I mean, they literally made her touch the ground to feel the vibrations of the zombies. And I was like, that's so tropey. Like, that more or less happens every time there's a hard of hearing person in media. And also, aren't you supposed to? Yeah, I mean, it was so weird. I didn't like that scene.
Yeah, it was. I honestly completely missed that even happened, so it's fine.
Yeah, as if she has super special powers that she places her hands on the ground and she's able to feel the vibrations of an oncoming horde. I was like, okay, it's
like
not like they.
Like as if the rats weren't enough. Come on, you don't need like that many hints that the horde is coming. Okay, like. Sorry.
I mean, the smell alone would be like reaching them before the horde does.
Yeah, well, I guess it depends on the way the wind is blowing.
Okay.
And yeah. This I will give them. It depends on the way the wind is blowing. It also depends on, because you got to understand, like their sense of smell is probably dulled to this stuff by now after this many years. Like logically, like having worked at a very large theme park whose name I won't mention, and my office was right next to where they cooked their. Yeah, it's closed right now, just like every theme park. And my office was literally like in the room next to where they steamed the turkey legs. Like. After a while, for the first few months, that stench of them steaming the turkey legs, because by the way, they smell disgusting when they're cooking, was nausea inducing. I spent as little time in that office as possible because of it. And, then after 3 or 4 months, it was not that bad. I still can't eat the damn things, but yeah, so it'd be you get used to strong smells like that. So I'll give them maybe the wind was blowing the wrong way, and turkey legs, they've been used to them cooking for a while, but it's just
What about all of the moaning? What about all of the moaning and the growling?
Oh no, they're suddenly silent now, by the way, y'all.
Yeah.
They're all silent.
Well, they're well trained. Well, I mean, they did that bit earlier in the season with I forget her name, the female with the slingshot, or one of the ones with the slingshot. Yeah, that they were doing that when she was being chased. They kind of had it from her point of view, I guess. So I don't know if they were throwing a little bit of that in. Who knows? Who knows, man?
Who knows?
I don't know. My personal So one of my least favorite moments is actually just a joke on Fareed, because Fareed, I assumed that you would put like a Gracie sighting as one of your favorite moments. So I was just putting it as well. Like honestly though, like she just like pops up and she's like, Dad! And that's like all we get. And also, I finally realized, like, you're right. Why is she so big? Like, I get that girls grow faster than boys, but she is very large. Like, she's like almost as tall as Judith.
I think she's taller than Judith, and she looks bigger than Judith.
But how many years younger? Like a year and a half, 2 years at least?
At least, yeah, because she was like a few months old when Judith was already 2 or 3.
Yeah. And how old is RJ?
RJ is younger than Gracie.
But not by much. By what, like 9 months?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel so weird. She looks bigger than Judith.
Whatever. And also, like, I already mentioned this, but Eugene is so stupid.
But then again, maybe because Judith is supposed to be a gremlin, she won't, like, grow up or something. That's why she's, like, pretty.
She's just
a swamp baby.
Eat forever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hated everything about Eugene in this episode. That is all. Least favorite moments, Johnny?
Oh, man. The whole thing?
And just this episode, like,
yeah.
Can you think of 25 of them?
No. It just all runs together now. There's just nothing that's like exceptional about the show anymore, unfortunately.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, and there's no. I feel like we need to.
I definitely have one for the next episode, but this one I can't think of anything.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it's kind of like the theories. It's like there's no point in giving theories when we're doing 2 episodes at a time because we already know what's happened in the next episode.
And there just isn't enough of there's no intrigue in the show anymore. Like all the characters are fairly consolidated, and you know, there's no politics. There's really nothing that's not really spelled out on the screen. So
no, the characters are terribly written. Like. And they have been for a while, but it's gotten worse lately. I mean, and actually, like my other gripes and what the fucks thoughts. Like, how did the old Hilltop dude, whose name I can't remember, suddenly become like the voice of reason? And now I know why. After watching this week's episode, but also it's like. They just made him the voice of reason. Also, Fareed, you said you loved Carol pity fucking Ezekiel. I hated Carol pity fucking Ezekiel. And also, every time Judith was on screen, I was just like, Judith, stop being such a Carl. Like,
I mean, she is his sister.
I know, but like early seasons Carl, where like he was like, I want to fight. Let me fight. I want to fight, guys. He just causes trouble left and right.
He hasn't gone through puberty yet.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh my god. Judith eventually Judith's gonna cut her hair and it's gonna be fluffy and like shoulder length just like Carl's.
What if they do a time skip and they actually have Chandler Riggs come back to the show but as Judith?
Oh my god.
Wow.
He does have a pretty effeminate face.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just imagine Chandler Riggs as Judith.
I mean, here's the thing though, like different dads, so.
Yeah.
But still, it could work. Maybe he took more from his mom.
True.
I mean, it could work.
Well, to be honest, like Carl looked more like Lori, and Judith actually looks like Rick. If you really want to like Lori had dark hair. Shane had dark hair. Why does Judith have like dark blonde / very light brown hair? Like, and also just kind of like that. I don't know, the way she looks, her face looks. If you were to put Shane and Rick and Lori in a line and be like, which one's the dad? I would absolutely pick Rick, even if I knew nothing about this series.
This is where we've come with the show.
Yeah,
is arguing the logistics of what the different actors look like in relation to each other.
Well, I mean, in the comics, you don't get anything because Judith dies. You know?
Yeah.
Right.
What if Carl wasn't Rick's to begin with? That's why he looks different. What if Laurie hooked up with someone else?
Chris Hardwick.
Ouch.
But yeah, other gripes. Mine is that the old dude from Hilltop, Earl, so he's like domesticating it up with that guy that I thought was going to hook up with Jesus, but didn't. Like, what's up with that? What's his name? Adam? The one with the eyes. The one with the eyes.
The one with the eyes. I don't know.
I have no
Yeah.
idea.
All of
You
these characters like run together for
Yeah,
me.
we're on like C level, D level characters, man.
Yeah, one with the baby who had Gam, the nephew.
Oh, the old guy.
The old guy had a younger guy with him.
What's his name with the good hair?
Yeah, the one with the good hair. Adam?
Oh my god. No, it's not Adam. It's oh god, I can't remember his name. Where's Becca when I need her? She would remember his name. What's his name with the good hair? It's not Alden with the good hair.
That's right. That's where I was shipping Alden with Maggie like years ago.
And it was so weird that he ended up with what's her name?
Yeah,
Who
the
was
doctor.
like way younger than him.
Oh, it wasn't Lydia. Oh my god, it was Steak Face, the girl.
Carl's
Really?
girlfriend.
Yeah, Carl's pseudo girlfriend.
Yeah.
Man, wow.
So now Earl, Alden, they're staying together and they have a baby. And again, the show gave Alden a baby so that they could take away his libido.
Free baby
because
with purchase.
That's
So
what
many
happens.
babies right now.
Because you give a baby and you instantly stop wanting to have sex. That's the point.
All these
Well-
babies we're gonna find out later. These are all the babies from the new series. Just saying.
I mean, have any of us had babies? Maybe that's actually how it works.
It didn't work for Jerry. They have 3 babies.
Oh, well, Jerry is a different story.
I mean, they gave Aaron a baby. Aaron doesn't have a partner. They gave Eldon a baby. Eldon doesn't have a partner. And basically, they gave Daryl Judith. That's why Daryl doesn't have a girlfriend.
Aw.
Yeah, they give babies to everyone.
But Daryl's got his vest fixed now with a blue wing and stars.
Cool.
Also, where's Daryl's dog?
I am just going to pretend that dog is safe and sound in Alexandria, like living its best life.
He's in an armored car heading to Los Angeles right now.
Yes, he's running to. I was going to say he's running to meet Morgan, but then no, that ruins.
No.
Johnny, I think you missed it when we were doing our Fear the Walking Dead reviews. We have decided that Morgan ruins everything.
Oh no!
So, because he ruined Fear the Walking Dead.
I
He
have
really did.
I literally have no idea what's going on with that show. I just haven't.
It got real bad, so you're not missing anything.
He ruined The Walking Dead as well. His return to The Walking Dead ruined Carol as a character.
Yep.
And then he ended up going to Fear the Walking Dead and he ruined them. And maybe he'll end up in Worlds Apart or
Probably.
World Beyond, whatever. Ruin
Oh,
those children.
God.
And he won't have. He'll be like Ezekiel, but he won't have a tiger. Have Daryl's dog.
Oh
which
my
will
God.
be a direwolf at that point. Just saying.
I mean, really though, where is Daryl? I feel like inquiring minds need to know, where is Daryl's dog?
It's true.
Yeah.
So any other gripe and what the fuck moments from episode 11?
No.
Let's get to episode 12 where something happened, finally.
Yeah, because amazing, something happened. Like I honestly forgot that things could happen on this show.
Right.
I wasn't expecting it until the finale, but they did it.
No, yeah, they did it. Like, I mean, real early. They still got 4 more
I'm surprised.
episodes.
I'm surprised that wasn't a cliffhanger. 'Cause
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
don't
for-
do that.
Yeah. So, surprisingly, things happen in this episode. Favorite moments, you guys?
Yeah, Judith taking out the zombies and the Whisperer. I was like, yeah, Judith, go kill zombies with your little sword. Good for you. And also, I liked Gamma's acting when she turned into a zombie.
It's better than when she's alive. You were made for this, Thora Birch.
Yeah, I mean, it was good acting when she turned. It was good acting. And also, I liked the little moments that Earl had when he was trying to protect the kids and he was turning as well. That was good acting as well. Like,
Yes.
give me good acting. That was good acting.
Yeah, that really got to me because it was like as soon as he, and I would say that was probably one of a, I don't know about favorite moments, but it was a good moment, like, or a good thing, like when he he's talking to the kids and being real sweet to them, and like, and you knew what was going on. You didn't even need to get it when he turned into the light and you saw how like gross he was. Like, you knew before that he had been bitten.
Well, I mean, to be honest though, I didn't realize that, but as like he was pouring like the water in the cups, it's like he was like degrading like right in front of your eyes. That's kind of what I felt. Or maybe I just didn't notice it. And then all of a sudden when he stepped out of that room, I was like, where's he going? And then he pulled the blanket shut, like this is gonna matter. And then I was just like, oh, okay, yeah, he's totally bit. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't the way he was I don't know. It wasn't. It was basically just like I could tell by the way he was talking to them, like pouring the water into the cups, and he was like, shh. It was like, oh yeah, no, he's done. He's done.
Yeah.
Like, and also like, I think I kind of almost knew it even before that, because it's like, oh, that's why he was suddenly like, upfront person in the last episode.
Yeah. Also, why didn't he just leave and walk away?
This is true.
When he was turning. Why?
Right here.
I mean, actually, like I have mucho respect for somebody being able to because like, I guess he should have probably killed himself outside of the cabin, but if he'd left the cabin, I think the problem is that he knew that if he went outside and made noise, he would attract more walkers. So he was trying to do the best he could to like take care of himself so that he wouldn't hurt them, while also not making things harder or whatever. Like,
it made no sense.
I get it.
He's like, you want to see a magic trick? I'm gonna make this.
Terrible. Oh my God, terrible.
Oh, I missed.
That's what happened. That
would have been bad. Like, honestly, like.
I mean, he could have just gotten out of the cabin and started walking away.
Yes, Earl could have. This is now Earl.
Yeah, Earl could have walked away. It made no sense that you are literally putting the kids in danger by turning into a zombie in the same cabin that the kids are in.
Well, I think he.
Well, there was obviously a blanket divider keeping them safe.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess the writers just wanted to give Judith an emotional scene with Earl, and that's why they did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though she barely knew him.
Yeah.
Like, he was from the hilltop. Like, when did Judith ever actually have contact with Earl?
She remembers what Carl sounds like, so she would remember.
Wow.
Yeah.
Also,
any favorite moments?
I mean, for me, like, I to be honest, I did kind of like the whole thing with him. It was sad, but it was the only. I guess the reason I liked it was because this is where we've come to with this show. It was like nobody cared about this character. This was a way to make him poignant. So I liked when Negan slit the fuck out of Alpha's throat. Just because that was like comic book like realization like come to life in a way, like not exactly as it happened in the comic books, but like it was there. Felt it was really weird when he kissed her afterward. Yeah. But like thank God Alpha's fucking gone. We don't have to deal with her anymore.
Yeah, stupid voice and her stupid things.
Oh,
it was weird because like I thought he was gonna take her out with like Lucille 2.0, because he kind of like had like this stance, like where he was like, I was like, oh, he's just gonna clock her, but no, it's just done.
No, I mean, and honestly, I think that we were supposed to believe that him taking her out in such an intimate way was like versus like using Lucille like he does with people he doesn't give a shit about and doesn't know, was like, I don't know. I'm sure there's some sort of like deep meaning that they're trying to convey there, but also
yeah.
Like, I'm not even gonna say the words that I'm thinking right now, but if you're watching this as a webcast. So yeah, but still, he killed her. Yay, she's gone forever.
Yep. Yes, done forever. Well, there'll be flashbacks, obviously. Just saying.
Oh,
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever truly dead in The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she's not even truly dead. Her head is still.
This is true. They should put her head on a pike. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
I guess they'll do it. Because Beta has to come in and get his revenge. That Alpha's head.
It is now.
Oh,
yeah.
I like having props. It's nice. It's nice running a Halloween show because you have props always around. So it's fun.
Yeah. I have props. They're just my Halloween style props are like back in a closet somewhere, like in my shed. Ice and Fire con. Anyway, so least favorite moments.
Oh my God.
Yes, please.
Can I please go first?
Yes, go.
What is the name of the girl who was trapped in the mine? Not the one that is going to hook up with Daryl, but the other one that has the girlfriend.
Magda,
yes. Magda just strolls out of the mine, not wearing a mask, not doing anything, just like walking around with a bunch of zombies. I was like, well, wait a minute. I thought she was a zombie. And all of a sudden she's just like chilling on a tree and having big, deep conversations and yelling at Carol and stuff, or Carol's yelling at her or whatever. I don't remember. And that was, what was that? Like, are we just throwing this out the window, or what's going on with that? That was so weird.
And how did she even survive? What did she drink? What did she eat? Like, I wasn't even expecting this show to keep a lesbian alive, but they did. There are now 2 lesbians running around on the show.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting it at all.
Only 2?
Yeah, I guess only 2. Magda and her girlfriend, no one else.
Well, is there still somebody from... not that we've seen them in God knows how long, but isn't there still a lesbian from... Oh, sorry, my dog is...
Yeah, from the Oceanside. There are supposed to be...
Yeah. But we haven't seen her in forever, so what does it even matter? Like,
yeah.
Oceanside's just a place.
Yeah. Does it even exist anymore? Because all they ever do is talk about it.
No.
We haven't seen it the past like 4 episodes. Yeah. So.
Well, I'll give The Walking Dead one thing is every time there have been too many characters, The Walking Dead has put a stop to that. Like, we have several settlements now with all these dozens and dozens of people, and no. Or we have all these people that are leaving the prison on this bus, and no. Like, we have all these B-C level characters that are kind of hanging out, and people actually know what their names are, and heads on spikes. It's Walking Dead does a very good job at culling its own excess.
Yeah.
I mean, some children need to die. There were a whole lot of children running around.
Well, how are they going to do World Beyond? Worlds Beyond?
Yeah, World Beyond.
Yeah. But that was my least favorite moment, just because that, above all things, didn't make any sense. Thor Birch getting killed was just stupid. It was just like it went on for about 10 seconds too long, like the lead up to her getting killed, because you knew it was going to happen. So
yeah, I agree. I agree.
My least favorite moment has to do with Carol. Like, apparently she had planned all of this all along with Negan. And then why the heck was she crying? Why was she a crying mess in the previous episodes?
You don't know with Carol, man. Carol's like a master manipulator.
Yeah, that's why I remember saying in the previous webcast, I said that I think that she'll be the one to kill Carol, but then I think Becca was like, no, she's way too depressed. She won't be able to do it. But now it turns out that it was her plan all along. And that's what I think that I don't like the writers doing. Like, they make Carol feel so emotionally vulnerable and an entire mess. And then they end up having her make these boss moves whenever it's convenient for them to do it. Like,
well, if you look on the if you looked in the credits for the episode, there was a writing credit for J.J. Abrams. So just saying, it was the plan all along.
But yeah, how did you feel about it? How did you feel about it being a plan all along, Tara?
I don't know. I kind of was like, Carol being involved in that was just really odd to me. So, yeah, I don't know.
And like, where does this leave everybody now? Like, yeah, I've killed the. I mean, obviously Beta's still out there, and Beta's way cooler than Alpha was, and it's like, yeah, remember that one time when you brutally murdered two of our people right in front of our faces with your barbed wire baseball bat? Yeah, remember that? Remember all the people that died in the Savior War? Okay, we're straight. Thanks. It's good.
They are going. I think the final episode is titled Whisperer's War, I guess. No, A Certain Doom. It's titled A Certain Doom. So I guess Beta is going to come in with.
Michonne's taken off. Because remember, Michonne's off the show after the season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where
are we going to go from here?
I mean, honestly, like, like I didn't even list any least favorite moments because it was kind of like, I don't even know what to say, like, I just don't anymore.
Well, I mean, the show's like
just assume that if I don't like a thing about the show, then it's a least favorite moment, maybe.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, John?
No, it's just there's no like ebbs and flows anymore. There's no like spikes and big events and whatever. It show's just kind of like this now. So it's hard to find stuff that sticks out when the show is just kind of like a flat line. No pun intended.
Yeah, I mean it's like boring. It's like boring, and then like something happens, and it's like, all right, something happened. That's cool. Like things happened in this episode.
The show's not good enough to make that as a payoff anymore.
Right.
Like, I mean, if this would have happened, like if the head spiky things would have happened in I don't know 4 seasons ago or 5 seasons ago, I might care. But I've seen it all. We're on the end of the season 10 of The Walking Dead. I mean, Jesus, there's nowhere left to go.
The comics are done.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest. Like, I stopped reading them after Andrea died, so I have no idea what even happened. And she died. She died with the Whisperers. Like the Horde. So like I have no idea. This is about the point where I don't know anything about what might happen going forward. Not that they've strictly followed the comics at any point, but Is that going to make it better or worse for me? I don't know. Because, like, honestly, the only thing keeping me going this season was the, like, hope that Negan would kill Alpha. Like,
yeah. But your casual viewer, your plebes, you know, they did not know that.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Like, I have friends who've never read the comics, but who, like, absolutely, like, looked up, like, spoilers and stuff and kind of knew what was going to happen. So there's a middle ground there, I think. Like, but yeah, I just, was it shocking that he did that? Like, I was kind of like, what the, like, after Carol's, so was Carol's whole breakdown? I'm like, oh my God, everybody hates me. Was that fake?
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, what a bitch.
It was fake. Yeah.
Because she did get Connie killed.
She did. She's a social at this point.
Wait, which one's Connie?
Deaf girl that Daryl definitely had, like, a thing for her. If she's not, we heard that she was done with the show.
Eternals?
Yeah. I mean, come on, dude. But I guess my you know, we heard that she was done with The Walking Dead, and she didn't show up in this episode. And there was, like, Magda. I'll be completely honest. If you guys have some insight into anything that Magda said, I was like, I can barely hear this. I can barely hear what's going on here.
I was pretty deep into Facebook Market at that point.
I was trying to do, I was like watching this while I was trying to do day job work and also like stress the fuck out about coronavirus and Ice and Fire Con. So like, it's like I did actually, Fareed, like I messaged our Bitching Dead chat on Facebook when the one person got hit by like the fire arrow and died. I was like, oh shit, someone just died by like fire. Like someone just burned to death. Like, who was that? And I like actually like went back and reviewed it. And I was like, oh, it was no one. And Becca was like, what did she say? Like nobody important.
Trademark.
TM.
Yeah. Magda basically said that she lost Connie. She doesn't know whether or not she's alive. Maybe she survived. So maybe she'll be back after the Eternals movie. Who knows?
Yeah.
Because Michonne came back after Black Panther.
I mean, if I was Denai Guerrera, I'd be like, fuck off, Walking Dead. I'm in Black Panther. Maybe they'll give me my own movie.
I don't think Michelle's going to die. I think Michelle's going to just take off.
Kind of like Maggie did, yeah. I picture.
I was looking at some stuff. Apparently, they're leaving the door open for her coming back because, you know, I know that Whiskey Cavalier didn't quite have the 3 million viewers that The Walking Dead had, so she's probably going to skulk her way back onto the show. Not that I love Lauren Cohen, so yeah, it's horrible.
I mean, I kind of feel bad. I feel bad for her that she might have to come back to this show, honestly.
Is she still going to be pregnant? She's been pregnant for like 20 years now. So did she have the baby?
No, she had the baby. She had the baby, for sure.
She had the baby. She named him Herschel after her
right.
father.
After
her dad.
Pregnant as long as her father was alive. Makes sense.
Also, Michonne leaving the show doesn't make sense. Why would Michonne leave the two children? Why wouldn't she take them with her?
Reasons? The same reason why Rick is chilling off somewhere and not too concerned about, you know, his daughter and his girlfriend or wife and whatever.
His son. Rick also has a son.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it makes no sense. Also, coming to theories, in the comics, it was Aaron and Jesus who ended up taking down Beta. So who do you think is going to take him down in this show?
Daryl.
Daryl? Yeah.
Well, I mean, Daryl did not kill Alpha, so I would imagine that there's going to be some kind of final showdown. He'll probably get some help from somebody or something. I don't know.
Well, I mean, speaking of And this kind of goes into my other gripes and what the fucks, because it wasn't necessarily a least favorite moment, but like I just didn't understand what the fuck was going on here. Who the fuck was that random whisperer who walked up to Beta after he killed Mary, and why did Beta kill him?
Oh man, that was so stupid.
What was the point?
Oh, I knew it was you by your voice. Dead. Okay.
Who? What? Why? When? Where?
Beta's backstory. I heard you called into Best Buy tech support at some point.
Oh my god! No, like we don't.
Was your Apple genius when you brought your iPhone in?
Like we don't have like all of Beta's backstory, so like, are we gonna now have to suffer through another Beta backstory episode?
It's gonna be episode 18, the tower.
Maybe. Episode 14. Episode 14 is titled "Look at the Flowers."
Yeah.
So that's a very iconic Carol line. So I'm really excited to see what happens there.
She's gonna die.
Maybe she'll be the one who kills Ezekiel. Look at the flowers, Ezekiel.
Could be.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe, but also, like, please don't give us any more of Beta's backstory. I don't care. Nobody cares.
I'm more interested in that than a lot of other plot lines, I guess. Like Beta's like one of my. I love Ryan Hurst. I thought he was awesome as Opie on Sons of Anarchy, and I guess I was always more interested in him than Alpha. And they didn't really give him much of like a backstory or whatever. And I don't. Unfortunately, I don't know. I knew the part about the Alpha getting killed by Negan. But I don't remember in the comic book what happened to him. I guess you said that a couple people kill him.
Yeah.
I'm just curious to see how that's all going to play out.
Yeah, I honestly don't remember what happened to him in the comics either. But I also don't understand like why that random guy walked up while he was.
That was dumb. I hope that has some sort of payoff in the future. Like maybe that's Daryl Dixon's third brother or something, and he worked at the Apple Genius bar, and he helped fix Beta's iPhone at some point. I mean, I don't know.
Who knows? Beta is supposed to be this famous singer, and he doesn't want his identity to be known by anyone. And
right, that's
what it was.
Yeah.
Also, though, again.
Also, he was angry because apparently the mask he's wearing is supposed to be his boyfriend's dead face or whatever. Boyfriend? Yeah, I guess that's what the show implied when Alpha met Beta for the first time.
Yes,
in the hospital or asylum. Yeah, so he's angry that his lover's face is destroyed now.
That's right. He's some kind of singer, right? Yeah, I totally forgot that part.
Why does this show want us to care about Beta?
I guess you care more about the villains that you have some sort of knowledge or insight into. So,
but it would help if, like, here's the thing: like they gave us too much insight into Alpha and like not enough into Beta from the beginning, and it's like nobody cared about Alpha. Nobody cares about, like, we all get it.
Gamma.
Like, we all get it.
Where's my Gamma one-shot episode?
Please don't ask them for things we don't need.
Like Greg Nicotero's writing this down.
Oh, don't blame Greg Nicotero for this.
I don't know. I'd
honestly say blame Scott Gimple, like little whale man, but he's not involved anymore, so
blame Frank Darabont.
Also, are you guys reading the latest interviews from Angela Kang?
No.
Apparently she's very happy with how the season is turning out.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, she was actually very excited to give Gamma and Earl according to her, very meaty roles and very effective goodbyes.
Okay, meaty roles.
Meaty.
Meaty.
Instant replay, everybody. Oh my god! Look at me.
Oh my god! Honestly.
And he missed. He literally missed.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, Angela is happy about her work, and I'm like, oh, Angela, if only you knew.
I you know, like I said, man, what shows ever stayed interesting at season 10? You know, so I can't think of anything that I just.
I mean,
wanna
I'll be
see
honest.
after
Like Walking
season.
Dead stopped being interesting to me at like season
Yeah, but I mean, it was
6.
I don't feel like The Walking Dead is like a chore to watch. It's just maybe I've just seen I think I'm just doing it as a completist at this point, you know. So yeah.
Yeah, it absolutely to me it absolutely is a chore to watch. But at the same time, like I am a completionist, like, very much so.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Did you guys listen about AMC trying to create a movie streaming service?
Well,
No.
I mean, they've got those 4 Rick Grimes movies in the can, so gotta put them somewhere.
I guess those Rick Grimes movies are going to be on that streaming service. Those supposed Rick Grimes movies that they're making.
Cool.
Are they making those Rick Grimes movies?
I remember Andrew Lincoln saying that he wanted to leave The Walking Dead because he wanted to go and be part of other shows. And I don't think he has worked ever since he left The Walking Dead.
He didn't make that like Christmas movie part 2?
Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
I was always under the impression that he left because he wanted to spend time with his family. Like he was tired of, he was tired of going back and forth between England and Atlanta or whatever, and just, you know, like that's what and especially for like a TV show where you're filming for how many months out of the year versus like if they're going to do these movies, they're just going to kind of do them and it'll take like a month to film or something, maybe 2, and then it'll be done. So I was always under the impression that he was just done with it because he wanted to be with his family. And I honestly did not expect to see him in anything else anytime soon. And I'm not shocked that we haven't.
Right. Well, he's got like 1 IMDb credit since The Walking Dead movie in post-production called Penguin Bloom. And then that's the untitled Walking Dead movie. It's still in pre-production. It's been in pre-production for like 20 years now.
Wait, it is the untitled Walking
It says untitled The Walking Dead movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, you know.
Yes, precious.
Next episode is going to be about Michonne, so that might be interesting.
No, it won't. It's gonna be all about her and some random dude that we don't care about.
Yeah, exactly.
I literally could give a shit about this dude. Like, there was nothing particularly interesting about him, and yet she's just like, okay, cool, I'm gonna go. Was there a reason for that? Like, they wanted like some like nuclear codes or something? Like, was there a reason why she left with him?
He has weapons.
Okay.
That she's trying to gather, I believe, to help the fight against
the Whisperers.
Alpha. Yeah. But
so she's going to come back with like a tank, and there's going to be nothing to fight.
Yeah. Oh, poor Michonne.
So Carol just left her leave. Was Michonne leaving part of Carol's plan?
Obviously.
Yeah, I mean, did Carol was like, Michonne, you need to go. I don't need you.
Carol is just some sort of weird mastermind that like we never really I mean, like we all knew she was some sort of mastermind, but like this seems kind of like
What if she's the reason the zombie virus was released in the first place?
Who?
It turns out that Carol, that she is the scientist who created the zombie virus.
Well, I mean, she started off as a battered wife, so.
I mean, that's why her husband was angry at her because she allowed the virus to.
How dare you start the zombie apocalypse and not make me a sandwich? Wow.
No, I mean, it really though, like, I mean, yeah, the whole like Michonne going away thing and like the idea of her even coming back, I kind of actually forgot that she was gonna
Yeah, well, to be honest, I've been wondering, like, where's Michonne been, like, the last, I don't know, year?
Kind of forgot she was gonna come back.
Yeah, like, I'm waiting for her to, like, show up and, like, cut stuff and just jump in the fight and realize that she had a side quest she's on right now.
That's what's going to happen. I think because Maggie is supposed to be part of this season as well. Lauren Cohan actually shot scenes for this season. So I guess Michonne and Maggie are going to appear in the finale while they're battling Beta and the rest of the Whisperers as backup.
Oh, yeah, because I guess they still have to do that, right? Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I mean, what
Or
else?
maybe it would be more interesting if Maggie and Michonne are late. And when those two come back, that's when they see the stakes with Ezekiel's head and the heads of other people on there as well. Because Maggie and Michonne couldn't get there in time. That would be more interesting.
Yeah, but that means that everything they've been doing up to this point would be for naught.
Yeah, welcome to The Walking Dead.
Fair enough.
Yeah, like have you been watching the same show?
I mean, like, I watched the whole, like, you know, Justice for Carl Grimes kind of thing that we did with, like, months and months ago when I was on the show. It's just I tend to think of these things like in steps, you know, like okay, cool,
Yeah.
Carl died, and then Sadiq died. Now, if you go back a step, it was pointless to save him, you know. So
Yeah, exactly. Oh.
sweet.
All right. So
I just can't wait to get back to The Walking Dead.
yeah, for real. God. So do we have what have you missed here? Have we gone into theories really? Or have I know we've touched on them, but
I mean, theory is they're gonna meet up with whatever Eugene's new radio girlfriend, and they're gonna introduce a bunch of new characters, immediately kill them all, and go from there.
Yeah.
yeah,
I didn't like that weird scene where Eldon ended up giving the baby to Gamma and it instantly quieted down. Like, that's not how babies work when you hand them over to a stranger.
Well, it is if you make shush noises all the time and you rub the back of their head.
I mean, it was so weird.
I know nothing about babies. I stay as far away from them as possible. So, like, I'll be honest, like, I was in Florida visiting, or I was in Florida for races last month, and my friends had their not quite 2-year-old at Animal Kingdom, and I met up with them for like a minute, and I felt really bad because, like, I wanted to spend more time with them, but, like, that's all we had, and, like, their daughter, like, met me and like 2 minutes later like ran up and gave me a hug, like just randomly. She was like, I love you, and I was like, this never happens. Kids don't usually like me, like my nieces and nephews like me, but like they have to, like, they're required to like Auntie Tara, like, who is this child just giving me a hug? But yeah, no. The idea of just being able to like grab a hold of a baby that you've never, and also you know that girl smelled. Like, when was the last time she had a shower?
Ever. Even before the apocalypse.
But yeah, it felt so weird. I guess the writers wanted to show that she has a family connection with
Of
the
course,
child.
yeah, of course.
But that's not how family connections work. Like, the child doesn't care.
No, they don't. Trust me, I know. Most of my nieces and nephews were like, nah, the first time I held them. Like, they don't care. I'm not their mom.
Right.
You're not my mom. You're not my mom. Like, come on me. You're not my dad. Alden with the good hair. Where's my old man dad? Like, you know they know that smell.
Hold on,
like,
hold on. I've got Alden right here.
Oh my god.
Oh no. With the hair.
Oh my god, it is Alden with the good hair. Wait, hold on. I gotta take a screenshot of this. I gotta screenshot Alden with the good hair over here.
Oh no.
1, 2, 3. There we go. Yeah.
Why do I have so many puppets?
I don't know. I feel like that's a personal problem.
Yep.
Oh, Alden.
Oh man. Alden with the good hair. Why? Oh gosh. All right. So, do we have any other gripes and what the fuck moments?
I mean, I had to rewatch the episode, not rewatch it, but fast forward and reverse move back as well, because I actually didn't know that Gracie was still with Judith in the cabin. I was like, Gracie better be alive. She better be alive. She was.
We're all obsessed with Gracie. No, only Fareed is obsessed with Gracie, and I feel like it's just kind of necessary.
I mean, you took away Aaron's husband, and now you're going to take away his child. Come on, writers. Yeah.
He
was alive. She was okay.
I know RJ. I think that's about it. The rest of the babies mean nothing to me.
I mean, everyone knows RJ.
Well, it was literally RJ, Gracie, Judith, and Jerry, and oh my god, I'm sorry, I can't even remember. I don't even know her name.
It's like
what is her name?
Every time they face off with like some group of enemies, they inherit a baby. There's a savior baby. There's a whisperer baby. There's a Christian baby. What else we got? A wolves baby. Yeah, I guess it's kind of how it is.
Yeah. I don't know.
Babies.
I actually thought that Jerry was going to die in this episode.
I thought Jerry was going to die in the cave.
Yeah.
Jerry better not ever die. I kind of feel like he is kind of like my last, like, just hurrah. Like, Jerry is still, yeah, there you go. Jerry is still alive, so we're all okay, right? Right.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we're all okay, right?
Absolutely.
And I love Jerry. We all love Jerry. I feel like there's no question about how much we love Jerry. Right.
Her wife was like,
so I know.
Her wife was like, "Where are my children?" And I was like, "They're both your kids. They're not just yours. Jerry is worried too."
I mean, yeah, she was freaking nuts. Oh, yeah. But I mean, she's a mom. What are you gonna do?
Right.
Like, what are you gonna do? All right. So, any last minute thoughts before we wrap up?
No, I'm good. I mean, we only got to make it through another 4 episodes.
And then apparently 2 more seasons. Kill me now.
Well, and then we've got the next
World Beyond. Beyond next week.
I can't.
Like after.
I can't remember what it's called. It's just draw a blank. The World Beyond.
After the finale on April 12th, The World Beyond is going to debut on April, I guess, 17th? Like a week after that.
No, they said April 12th.
On the same day?
Yeah, it's going to be right after that. I mean, how else are they going to get a lead in for people to watch the stupid show?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
no.
That's how they've done like Fear the Walking Dead before too.
Hold on.
Oh no, that's too much.
Yeah,
That's
the
too
series
much.
is set to premiere on April 12th, 2020, and will only consist of 2 seasons. LOL.
Oh, no.
Wait, no, it doesn't actually say that, right?
It does.
No, it has been
Wait.
renewed for 2 seasons.
Oh, The Walking Dead has. I'm sorry, I thought you meant that the
Series
new one would
premiere.
only consist of 2 seasons,
That's
and
what
I
it
was
says.
like,
It says the series. It says a limited series. The series is set to premiere on April 12th, 2020, and will only consist of 2 seasons.
well, thank God for that. They've learned their lesson in that respect, sort of, maybe.
Well, you just can't keep it going on forever, and ever, and ever, and ever.
Whatever. Yeah, God.
If that runs for 2 seasons, Walking Dead has 2 seasons as well. Maybe they'll give Fear the Walking Dead 2 more seasons, and everything ends in the same year.
No, then they have to consolidate all the Walking Dead shows into one. It's
The
like
Walking Dead Infinity Wars.
and then it's the Walking Dead Endgame.
Yeah. Ugh.
Why?
Anyways, I'm good. I'm good with talking about
Yeah, I'm good. All right, so let's skip plans for future webcasts because we all already know what's going to happen 2 weeks from now. You can join us again for a follow-up from the next 2 episodes of this shit-ass show. Recommendations. I think right now is a really important time to give recommendations. If you go to thegeekery.com, earlier today, we posted a board and quarantined list of TV to binge. We're also going to be posting games and books and stuff, but for now, we've just got the TV one up. I personally suggested Schitt's Creek, which is available on Netflix. I Am Not Okay With This, which is a Netflix original show. I'm trying to think what else I did. Rain, which is trash to the extreme, but I love it. It's a CW show originally, also available on Netflix. And Winona Earp, which is surprisingly also available on Netflix, which I had no idea. And then The Orville, which is available on Hulu. So those are my suggestions. And I would say if I was going to give like a top 2 out of all of those, I would suggest Winona Earp and The Orville.
My recommendations in the same article are In the Flesh. It's a zombie show on BBC 3. It's amazing. It's so good. It was way before
I forgot it existed because it was so long ago, but it's so good.
It's so good. It was way before its time. It should have premiered like in the current era that we live in. Like it ended up premiering in 2013, and the people, I guess, didn't know how to take a zombie show that has a queer lead and a queer romantic narrative, and it talked about depression and anxiety and discrimination a whole lot. And it only lasted for 6 episodes.
What's it called?
And
In the Flesh.
In the Flesh.
Gotcha.
Oh, it's so good. It is
really good. It's very much. It's almost like I'm trying to think of like what you could compare it to. Like it's like depressing and funny at the same time, kind of, right? Like, and it's super short, which is sad because it like they had such a great idea. Like the premise was that you don't know that zombies are zombies, basically, right?
Gotcha.
It's been a long time since I watched it. I mean, I literally watched it.
The scientists had started to cure zombies and putting them back into society, However,
Yes,
the zombies could still remember all of the people they killed when they were zombies, and the rest of the society were still discriminating against zombies because they were like, "You're infected, you aren't really human," and it was amazing.
Gotcha.
It was such a good show. The idea was so great. And also, the other show is Kingdom. It's another zombie show on Netflix. It's a South Korean show, and it's set way, way back during the 1500s. And there's a zombie epidemic, and people are trying to kill zombies with swords and all of that stuff. And it's also very women-centric, which I wasn't expecting it to be, but it naturally progressed towards that. Season 2 premiered on Netflix on March 13th, and it's great. And it's in South Korean, so I recommend that you watch the dubbed version, the subbed version, not the dubbed, because the subbed version is far better. Yeah, also the production values and everything, it's amazing. So 2 shows. In the Flesh, watch In the Flesh. Even if you guys don't watch Kingdom, watch In the Flesh. It's amazing.
Yeah, no, I remember watching In the Flesh, and it's good. I mean, it's short too, so it's like a long movie sort of situation.
Yeah, only 6 episodes. Also, it's sad, so be prepared for that. It's a very depressing show.
Maybe not the best time to watch that, but Johnny, what do you got for
recommendations? So I just wrapped up Ultra Carbon season 2.
Don't spoil, but yes, I've been watching that too.
I loved the first season.
Yes.
Second season, kind of more of the same. It was pretty good. I don't think it was as good as the first season, but
I'm like 4 episodes into the first or second season.
It's getting the animated series. Ultra Carbon is getting an animated series as well.
Oh
yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
And then
I agree about the second season though. It's so far not as good, but I'm only on episode 4. So. And
I'm going through. I'm watching Rome again on HBO. I just kind of popped in an episode, and I haven't watched it in I don't know, since it came out. So I'm kind of going through that. And something not really horror related or sci-fi related or geek related, but I watched a show that somebody turned me on to on Amazon Prime called Fleabag. And
I've heard good things about that.
And Tara, you would love it. You would obsess about it. It is so good. It's really weird because somebody like they recommended it to me and they're like, oh, it's so funny. It's kind of British comedy. It's the same actress that voiced the robot in the Han Solo movie. She's amazing.
Oh, okay.
But it's cool and it's really, really good. But what the person that didn't recommend it to me didn't really explain is if you're kind of like in a place where you don't have a lot of like self-worth, or you're depressed, or maybe a relationship kind of things, like you're single, all that stuff, like it hits hard. Like it's supposed to be like fun comedy, but one of the things you realize is what the main character gets up to is because she's basically like an empty void, and it's just it goes a lot deeper than it looks like on the surface. So I found it very impactful, but it's really funny and really good. So Fleabag, and the episodes are only like 20 minutes long, and there's 2 seasons. That's it. So you can blow through it in like probably a night if you wanted to.
Yeah, I've heard really good things about it, and it's really one of those like kind of like maybe eventually I'll watch it. So I'll have to keep that in mind.
Just watch like 1 or 2 episodes, and then you'll be hooked.
Well, and also let's real. I mean, for those of you who might be watching this, Johnny and I have known each other for like 7 years at least. I think it's about 7. It's at least 7 years.
I've known you pretty much the whole time I've been in Florida, so it's been like 10, 11 years.
Shit. All right. So yeah. When somebody tells me like I would like something and they know me that long, they probably know what they're talking about.
And then you can also read a book too later. That's a deep cut right there.
Oh, but all right. So we've given recommendations. Well, normally we do in activities and conventions coming up, but
stay at home, you all.
Stay the fuck at home. Listen, hashtag flatten that curve. Don't do anything to make things worse. I was supposed to go to California to visit my boyfriend next weekend. You know what fucking sucks? I'm not going to be able to. But, well, no, that's actually a lie. I absolutely could, but I'm not an idiot. So I'm not going because California has like 16 times the amount of cases that South Carolina has. So I'm not going to chance that. And I'm also not going to get on a plane. Additionally, you heard it here first. Ice and FireCon is postponed until October. So I'm not going to give the exact dates until our attendees have them. But Ice and FireCon sadly is postponed. So like at this point, I'm kind of like, I have no idea what I'm doing the next 2 months. I have no idea what I'm doing the next like 8 months.
Yeah.
So
What do you plan to do, Johnny?
I am work from home for the next 3 weeks, and I got nothing planned. I was supposed to be in St. Louis for a Halloween Expo on Wednesday, and that got postponed, obviously. So everything's shut down, man. It just sucks. So I'm just gonna try to live for the next 3 weeks, and then this might get expanded. And yeah, so now.
I mean, it's let's be real. Like I'm sure you heard the CDC's suggestion.
Yep.
Strong suggestion that gatherings over 50 plus people not happen for the next 8 weeks. So
sucks because the spring season's when all the conventions are here. You know, like MegaCon and Spooky Empire and Fringe Festival.
I would guarantee you anything happening before May 31st is going to be postponed. So it sucks, like, especially for us extroverts. I mean, Johnny, I don't know if you're actually an extrovert, but I am.
I am an introvert.
But like, I am an extrovert extraordinaire, and this fucking sucks. Like, I just, and also like my friends around here, like the situations they work in is not like, it's not safe for me to necessarily be around. It's not necessarily safe for me to be around them because they work in like hospitals, like or go to school, like they're in nursing school and stuff like that. So I'm like triply fucked. This is great.
Yep.
But hey, self-isolation, because that's fine.
Everything's gonna be fine, Cody.
Everything's gonna be fine, you know. But for real, be safe. Self-isolate. Wash your fucking hands, you assholes. Use antibacterial hands. I mean, honestly, like antibacterial hand soap doesn't really do that much more than like regular hand soap.
So it's the placebo effect.
Yeah, but wash your fucking hands. Don't touch your face. Like I mentioned earlier, like the 2 times I have had to go out since this thing got really serious, I have come home and washed down everything I bought. I've literally like washed everything I purchased. So
when I got a pizza delivered last night and I had to Lysol just the whole pizza.
Oh well, that's gross. I wanted to get food delivered, but I'm kind of afraid to. Like, and also to be fair, I have asthma and several other health conditions, so it's probably not the best idea for me to be like
dead.
Yeah.
Ordering out food, even like I'm legitimately scared to like order food in.
Well, I went and I bought a bunch of food at the grocery store, and now I'm afraid that like that's when that runs out, I'm not gonna have any food. So I'm kind of like ordering food to push that back, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't want to starve. I mean, I've got a little bit of time, you know, like I've been around for a while, but you know, still gonna be kind of miserable.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm lucky. I have a lot of snack food. I mean, also speaking like hashtag privilege, man. I work from home. I live in an area where I hate to say this, but like I live in a poor area, so people can't afford to buy out my grocery store that's a mile from my house. So there's still a lot of stuff left. Also,
oh man,
my parents live 30 minutes away and they have They have several generators, well water, beef cows, chickens that lay eggs, and a lot of guns and crossbows and bows and arrows.
Are they located in a prison?
And my brother-in-law works for a toilet paper factory.
Nice.
But like, it's like you want the like ultimate privilege list. I've got. You know what would be even more fun if I could pay my bills, because right now I can't. So
yeah, that's rough.
Anyway, we are all literally the Walking Dead right now.
Yep.
We're all under quarantine. Be nice to each other. Be kind to each other. Please, for fuck's sake, be kind to the people who are organizing the events that you're planning to go to, because I can't count the number of times I've been called irresponsible and, what was the one? Oh, that I lacked compassion. That was really fun. So I'm not irresponsible. I don't lack compassion. It just takes more than like 2 days to reschedule an entire event. So
yeah, it's crazy.
Maybe don't be a dick.
Yeah, don't be a dick.
Like, just don't be a dick. That's all all of us who are in the entertainment industry are asking is don't be a dick. Yeah. Read a book. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
All right. You guys have a very good night. Thank you so much, Johnny, for joining us.
Anytime. Let me know if you want me on.
I mean, honestly, sure. If you want to join us again in 2 weeks, we'll be here.
Say Monday. Yeah, I mean, I'll be home.
Exactly. Won't we all? I know you're an introvert, but you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to end this broadcast. Good night, y'all. Thank you for joining us.
Bye-bye.
Don't forget to follow the Geekiary. Don't forget to follow Haunt Scene.
Yeah, it's on Scene on all social media platforms.
Yes, Twitter, Facebook, etc. Thank you guys.
Tinder.
Tinder now.
NRA gun nuts, whatever. I don't care. Just follow on Scene. Doesn't matter.
All right. Good night, y'all. Have a great Walking Dead night.
Bye-bye.